Hello everybody, so to start this look, I'm going to go ahead and prime my face. I'm starting with my face today. I'm using my Tarte primer. I'll leave it down below for you guys. This is one of my favorite primers. I don't use it as much because I like to use it for kind of special occasions, even though I don't really have many special occasions in my life. But I wanted to go ahead and use it for this tutorial because being a Victoria's Secret angel, you need to be like as close to perfection as possible, and this primer makes my skin look perfect. So I'm going to go then in with my Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector, the liquid, and this is in the shade Opal. I'm going to put it on the back of my hand, and I actually put this on the places where I usually highlight, which is my chin, the top of my nose, my forehead, as well as my cheeks. I read up that, I was looking on how they do the angel's makeup, and they do it as minimal as possible. So as you'll see, I'm not going to be doing too many products in this tutorial. This is just the Maybelline corrector, so I can fix any problem areas that I have on my skin. But they said that the number one thing that they do is they make sure that the skin is always glowing, so it's very healthy. So that's why I'm putting that illuminator on my face. Then going in with this Galactic Cream Blush. This is in the shade Coral, I believe. Another thing that I read is they actually start off with the blush first, which is very interesting, and they use a cream blush. I believe they actually use more of like a reddish color, which is actually very interesting, but this is the only cream blush that I have in my collection. And it does look very almost red. I mean, it's a coral, but it is a really great color. So I'm going to go ahead and apply that to my cheeks. And then I'm going to go in with my foundation. I'm using my L'Oreal Lumi foundation. This is in the shade W3. And then I'm going to go ahead and add my Cover FX custom cover drops to it in the shade G50 because I am very tan and I just tanned the night before. So I want to go ahead and match it to my skin. So I'm going to go ahead and apply this all over my face. When you get to the blush area, of course, you want to blend it out, not blend the blush out itself, but you want to blend the foundation into the blush. But just make sure you don't blend off the blush, excuse me. So make sure, I always talk about how I do stippling motions when I add my foundation. You don't want to blend and buff your blush color off. So then I'm going to go in with my Anastasia Cream Contour Kit. This is in medium, and I'm going to use the shade Warm Coral, and I'm going to go ahead and apply this to my under eyes. I'm just using my fingers because one, it's easy, and two, to be completely honest, every single one of my brushes is dirty, and I am being like so lazy, and I'm not washing them, but I have to do it after this actually. So then after this, I'm going to go ahead and do my brows. I'm using my Anastasia Brow Wiz in soft brown. I usually use dark brown, but I want to go softer for this look, and then I'm going to fill them in with the soft brown brow powder. I'm going to do a brow tutorial for you guys soon, so that's why I kind of zoom through this. So then I'm going to go ahead and do my concealer. I'm using my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer, which is one of my favorites, and I am applying it with my MAC 287 brush. I'm going to go ahead and do that in a triangle motion. I didn't want to put too much, and I didn't want to really have it caked on at all, because the one thing with the angels, I love it. The main makeup artist says that he only takes 15 minutes per person, which I've never done my makeup in 15 minutes, so that is amazing. So I didn't want to put too much product all over my face. This, I just put a little bit of a highlight. This is my L'Oreal Magic Lumi primer pen, or highlighter pen. I didn't want to put too much like I usually do, but I did want to put a little bit because being that I'm tan and then I have the lighter concealer under my eyes, I needed to balance it all out. Then I'm going to go ahead and set my under eyes using my Laura Mercier translucent powder. I'm going to set the under eyes, the forehead, the top of the nose, and the chin. And then I'm also going to take the excess product that I have in the cap, and I'm going to go ahead and set the rest of my face. I didn't want to go ahead and use another powder, just making it easy on myself. Just going to go ahead and set the rest of my face using this same powder. Then I'm going to go ahead, and they do not contour. Exactly. Like, I don't know how you cannot contour, but you know what? Again, they're Victoria's Secret angels. They can do everything. So I'm going to go ahead into my Kat Von D Shade Light palette. I personally need to contour. I don't know about you, I personally need to. So I'm going to go ahead and take my Sigma brush, and I'm going to go ahead and do a very light contour. I don't want to do anything too intense, but again, I do want it to be light. Also going in and contouring the sides of my nose, I'm using the same powders that I used in the Kat Von D Shade Light palette. Then I'm going to go ahead and start the eyes and then go back to the face. I'm using my Urban Decay Potion Primer in Original and patting that all over the lid, being careful of your brows since we went ahead and did the face first. So then I'm going in with my Becca highlighter. This is in the shade Champagne Pop, and I'm using my Morphe M501 brush. And I'm going to go ahead and apply this to the cheeks, forehead, top of the nose, tip of the nose, Cupid's bow, and chin, like always, being that I wanted to look healthy and glowy like they said that they make the Victoria's Secret Angels look. I want to go ahead and use this highlight because it is like the best highlighter of life. So I'm going to go ahead, like I said, and apply that all over. And then I'm going to take my fluffy angled brush with the same highlight, and I'm going to go ahead and apply this to the brow bone as my brow bone highlight. Then to do the eyes, we want to be very minimal, but I'm going to go in with my Morphe 35K palette, and I'm going to take those two shades right there on a Luxie fluffy brush, and I'm going to go ahead and apply this into the crease. Honestly, the Victoria's Secret Angels, they did not have much shadow, if any shadow on at all. I'm sure they had something a little bit, but for me, I needed to define my eyes, so that's why I went very lightly in with these two shades. Then for the lid color, I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Cream Eyeshadow, and this is in the shade Jean, which is such a beautiful light champagne-y gold color, and I'm going to go ahead and apply that to my lid, and as you can see, it's just such a beautiful light color. I absolutely love it. So then I'm going to go in with that shade right there, the second one to the left, and I'm going to go ahead and pat this on top of that shade, because cream shadows on me, just like any shadow if I don't put the primer, but cream shadows, they will crease. Sorry, that's my mom. They will crease like crazy on me, so I went ahead and then applied that all over, and then I'm going to go ahead and start blending out the shade. Then I'm going to take this little shader brush from Morphe. I'll leave the number of it down below as always. I'm going to go into that brown shade right there. And I'm going to go ahead and apply just a thin layer of this to the top of my lash line. Of course, I didn't want to do a winged liner or do gel liner or do a really intense black eyeliner or anything. I wanted it to be very nice and soft, so I went in with that brown. And then I wanted to deepen up just a little bit, so I went in with my brow powder in Ebony. If you just have a dark brown, that will work as well. I didn't really see a dark brown in this palette that I really wanted to use. Just go over it, and it's just going to create a nice soft liner and define your eyes even more. And then I'm going to go in with that shimmery shade, and I'm just going to blend out the eyeliner a little bit. I didn't want it to be so pronounced, as you can see, so I just went in with that shimmery shade and put it on top and then just blended it all out. Then with my Champagne Pop highlighter again, I'm going to go ahead and put that in the inner corner, and then I'm going to go ahead and put mascara on my lashes. I'm using my MAC Giga Black mascara. Now, I'm sure they did not do false lashes like I do, so I went ahead and I put mascara on, and then just a little bit on the lower lashes, not too much. You can leave your lashes just with mascara on, but I did know that they put some false lashes, so I went in with my individual lashes. These are in the small length in the black, and I went in and I just individually put little small lashes on more towards the end of my eyelashes. I didn't want to make a huge fan of lashes on my eyes. These are very short and very simple looking, so they won't look too intense. It won't even look like you're wearing false lashes. So to apply them, I'm just going to go ahead and dip them in the Duo Glue, blow on them a little bit just so they get a little bit tacky, and then I'm going to go ahead and apply them to my eyes. So there you go. Like I said, you can't even notice that you really have them on, but it does make that little bit of a difference in your eyes. Then to go ahead and do the lips, I'm going in with my MAC lip liner in Dervish. I'm going to go ahead and apply this to my lips, as always, because that's what a lip liner does. And then I'm going to go ahead and fill in my lips as well. Then for lipstick, I'm going to be using this Velvet 59 lipstick, and this is in the shade Topanga, which is such a beautiful color. Oh my gosh, I actually bought this a couple months back and I've never worn it, and now I'm going to probably wear it every single day. It's such a beautiful color. So then I'm going to put just a dab of lip gloss. This is the Galactic lip gloss, and this is in the shade Prettiest. So I'm just going to go ahead, dab a little bit in the center of my lip, and then go ahead and blend it out with my finger. And during the time that we put our lip products on, the lashes were set, so then I went back in with my mascara and just applied some mascara to the lashes so that they all blended in with my regular lashes. So then after that, the look is complete. I hope you guys liked it. So now let's go on and do our hair. So for the hair, we want them to be big, loose curls and have them very big and voluminous. So I'm going to go in with my Hot Tools 1-inch curling iron. So we're going to go ahead and now part our hair kind of half. I kind of go from the temples up. I'm going to go ahead and put the top half of my hair up in a clip, and then the bottom half is where we're going to start to curl. So to start off, I'm going to start off on the back side of my hair. So I'm going to take a good sized piece of hair. I'd say it's about 1 inch across, not too big and not too small. You don't especially want it to be too small because then the curls will be too small. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it around the barrel of the curling iron. Look at that nice bruise I have on my arm from bringing the tree in. Beautiful. So then I'm going to go ahead and wrap it around, pushing it away from the face, which I love doing them away from the face because then they really face frame the face once we're all done, and they're just going to look really pretty, and it's really going to honestly accentuate your face. So then I'm going to take these kind of clips. I forgot to show a clip of them in the beginning, so I will find them online and I'll link them down below for you guys. We're going to want the hair to be cooled. You don't want to go ahead and pin it back when it's really hot because then you'll get a crease in it and it's just not going to look cute. So you want the hair to cool down, and then you're going to go underneath the curl and you're going to pin it. You don't want to pin it on top because then it's going to make a crease in the hair. You want the pin to go underneath so then it won't crease, you won't see it at all, and it's going to really hold that curl. So we're going to do the exact same thing all around our head, going in the face frame motion. You want to let it cool down, and then I'm going to take a clip and I'm going to pin it back. So then we're going to go ahead to the other side, get the same amount of hair, and then we're going to curl away from the face as always. And again, just doing the same exact thing, pinning it up. Make sure you pin it from underneath. First, you want to make sure the hair is cool, and then you're going to go ahead and pin it. So then once you have the underneath cool and you have everything pinned up and set, we're going to go ahead and start and finish up the hair look, and we're going to go ahead and do the top half of our hair. So you're going to want to part your hair where you usually part it, and then again start to curl your hair going away from the face, and then you want to make sure that it is cooled, and then you're going to go ahead and pin it back. I want to say really quickly too, the reason why we put them up in these clips is because when you do this, it's going to really make the curl hold even longer. If you just do your hair, curl it like I kind of normally do, like in my past hair tutorials that I've done, that's going to be more of a wavy curl. So when you do this, as you'll see in the end, it's going to really make the curls beautiful and bouncy. So that's why we go ahead and set them with the clips. So once we have everything clipped, then we're going to go ahead and let this sit for at least 10 minutes, maybe 10-15 minutes. So let's go ahead and fast forward, and that's the power of editing. You guys don't have to wait 10 minutes. So here we go. Then after 10 minutes, we're going to go ahead and start to take all of the curls out. As you can see, I actually switched to my phone because my camera was not really helping me out here, so I had to switch. So then as you can see there, that is what the curls will start to look like, which is, like I said, really nice big curls. So we're going to go ahead and take all of them out, all the pins out. As you can see, I was like ripping out my hair there. And that's just what you're left with. As you can see on both sides, it just gives such a beautiful bounce. We will be combing them out, so don't think I'm just going to keep them like this. So it's just going to look, oh, look at those curls. Look at those curls. I love this. So after we get all the curls out, then I'm going to go ahead and go in with my hairspray. And what we're going to do with that is we're just going to spray the whole head. I like to spray before I comb out. This is the L'Oreal El Net hairspray that I'm using. This is the unscented. So I'm just going to go ahead and spray my whole head, the whole curls, everything like that. And as you can see, this is what we're left with. So then I'm going to go ahead and take a comb, just a regular everyday comb. You can get this at any beauty store you want. And I'm just going to lightly start to comb out the curls. You don't want to go ahead and do it really, you know, kind of heavy-handed, because then you're just going to comb out everything that you just did. So you want to go very lightly when you do comb it out. If you can put your fingers through it like I just did, that will help you out a lot. So as you can see, from left to right, the left being not combed out, the right being combed out, that is what the end product will look like. So we're going to go ahead and do the same on the other side. And as you can see, it just looks so bouncy and full and curly, and I absolutely love it. So after that, you can go ahead and spray it a little bit more if you want, and then you're done. So I hope you guys enjoyed this makeup and hair tutorial for the Victoria's Secret fashion show. I love you all, and I'll see you in my next video.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
Ornaments are just like creepily falling.